Hey there, my rap name is Alex. Welcome to Cube Puzzle Fun, a YouTube channel where we talk about how you solve these Rubik's cubey things, cube puzzles, in plain English so that it is easy as possible for as many people as possible to understand what we're doing and how we do it. Uh, we have completed 4 of the 5 easy steps for solving a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. We are almost home. We've got a lot of this thing solved. That's the good news. The bad news is the more of the cube that you have already solved, the fewer and fewer things that you can do that don't disrupt the good work that you already have done. So in our first step, we got one side with a cross or an X solved. In our second step, we got the 4 corners placed around those so that we had one whole layer done. In our third step, we got a second whole layer done by placing these 4 edges in where they go. Our centers are already sort of fixed, so we just got to move everything in around those and put them in the right places. In the fourth step, we got our 4 edges on the top, the color opposite where we started. We got those 4 placed in and around, and now we just have 4 more corners left for step 5, and there are just 2 tools that you are going to need in order to figure out how to do this step 5. There only being 2 tools, that's the good news. The bad news is the more that you've sort of solved all this stuff, the longer and longer these tools need to be, and the more exact it's all right. We'll get through it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. As luck would have it, I don't know how we ended up so fortunate, but we already have one piece that is facing with the blue facing up, and it is also with its orange facing this way and white facing this way. This piece is perfect. And when we ended step 4, it just coincidentally happened that way. If it doesn't happen that way for you, don't even worry about it. We'll be fine. We just need these 2 tools, and with these 2 tools, we will finish this thing. The first tool that we need is called corner juggling. Corner juggling is a series of moves that you use which move 3 of the corners around, it juggles them, and it leaves one corner exactly where it is. That's the perfect situation for us because we had one corner that was already solved, and we just need to move these 3 corners where they are. If you solved step 4 and you have no corners where they're supposed to go at all, then you still need corner juggling. It just won't matter which corner you put in the protected spot. This is the protected spot. It is in the front facing towards you and over towards the right, because this is the corner that is not going to move. That's why we call it the protected spot. We're just going to juggle these 3. This one's going over to here. This left front one is going to the left back. This left back one is going to the right back, and then this one is going all the way over here. So we're just sort of juggling that kind of way. So if you wanted to, you can even predict where these are all going to end up. We need this one to be have the blue, but we also need the blue and the yellow and the orange. This one has the blue and the yellow and the orange, so if we corner juggle these, this one's going over to here, and so it's still not going to be where we need it. So I am predicting, in fact I'm pretty sure actually, we are going to need to corner juggle twice. So we're going to corner juggle once, and this red, white, and blue is going to go back here, pushing this blue, orange, yellow over to here, and this one's coming over to here, and then we're going to need to corner juggle a second time, and that is going to fix all of them. This red, white, and blue is going to be all the way over here, and that is what we need, red, white, and blue. So we are going to have everything where it needs to be. It's not all going to be facing with the blue up. It's not. We're not going to be totally solved or anything. I don't think, but we are going to have all three of these edges in the right place where they need to be, and that is the first tool. We need to use that first tool in order to get that to happen, get everything where it needs to be. So we're going to corner juggle twice. Here is how you corner juggle, okay? You pick up the left side elevator here. We're going to move this green passenger off the elevator. Usually, we would move them off this way, or we would take the scenic route. With the scenic route, we moved them all the way to the far corner of the building. We're not going to do either of those things. Right now, what we're going to do, we pick this green elevator up. We're going to move this passenger off the elevator, but not really off the elevator, just to the back of the elevator. It's still on this elevator block. Yeah, so usually I've been very careful to tell you that when you pick up the elevator and move the passenger off, you need to move it somewhere where it's not on the elevator. Now, I'm telling you the opposite. You need to move this passenger off the elevator, but not really off. Off, but still on, okay? Now, we need to pick up the right side elevator and move that passenger off, but not really off. Still kind of on, okay? So we're not moving them off to the protected zone. We're moving them off to the back of the elevator. And whoa, when we did that, that moved this passenger back on the elevator. Well, since that passenger's back on the elevator, we're going to put the elevator back down. Done with them. And then the last step of the corner juggling is we just put this passenger back on the elevator and put that elevator back down. And one more final thing is that we had to fix all our centers, because now remember when we did step 4 and we had everything all lined up nice and neat on its centers? Well, that corner juggle that we just did sort of messed us up, so we need to fix that. And you never want to forget to do this final step, is fix that, you know. After you corner juggle, you got the green elevator back down on both sides, then you just need to fix that. There you go. Now you have corner juggled, and we have yellow, blue, red over in this corner, and the orange, yellow, blue over on this corner, which we need it to come over to here. So remember I said we're going to have the corner juggle twice? Well, we are. So let's do that whole corner juggling. Let's see it again so that we can see how it works and get more comfortable with it, okay? Pick up the left side elevator. Move this passenger off, but not really off. Pick up the right side elevator. Move this passenger off, but not really off. That brings the first passenger back on. Bring the elevator back down. Now, bring the second passenger back onto their elevator. Bring the elevator back down. And, very important, fix your centers after you've corner juggled. Always. You corner juggle, then you fix these centers, and voila! Now, look at that. Just by some crazy coincidence, we already had one corner that was in the protected zone from corner juggling, and that was in the right place and in the right orientation. From doing 2 corner juggles and getting our yellow, orange, blue in the right place, we coincidentally ended up with our white, red, blue in the right place and in the right orientation also. So we have, we have almost this whole top finished just through corner juggling. We just have 2 more corners that are a little not quite right. They're in the right place, they're just not with the blue facing upwards. and that's all that has that's all that's left that we need to fix. And that brings us to our second uh, tool that we need in our toolbox for completing step 5. And this is a tool that fixes a condition called headlights. You call it headlights because you will have like two of the same color facing out along the well, actually, if you do this, you'd have two of the same color facing out, but we don't quite have headlights yet. But if we use this tool that fixes headlights, what it does is the two that are facing outwards, it just puts them up to the top. So we would want some blue headlights facing out this way so that we can put them up to the top and completely solve our puzzle. So if we do this trick that I'm about to show you, I call it left scenic route, right scenic route because I don't know, I'm just inventing this terminology as I go along. But if we do it once, we will get the two blues. This red and orange would go up to the top, and these two blues would swing around to the front, and then we would have blue headlights, and then we could do the right scenic route, left scenic route again, and then those blues would go up to the top, and we would have it completely solved and have it all finished. But I'm going to tell you a little secret. You can save yourself some time and trouble just by flipping the cube around to the direction where you do have headlights. Since there are just these two corners that are left to solve, you could, instead of doing this all twice, you could just flip it this way and do it once. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it this way and do it twice just because it'll be easier to get it in our minds if we see it 2 times rather than just 1 time. So it's up to you how you want to do it. But the scenic route, we already learned that in step 4. The only difference is now we have to sort of double it. We have to do twice as much of it. Before we did like a left scenic route where we picked this up, moved this passenger all the way off the elevator as far as they could go away from the elevator, and then just brought them back to the elevator while the elevator car went up and down and up and down. Now we're going to do that again, but we're going to do it twice. And then we're going to do the twice because we need to move these headlights up once to get blue headlights, and then we need to move those blue headlights up to solve it. So that's why we're going to do the twice. Ooh, sorry to cut us off at a cliffhanger, but I am up against the time limit again. There's just a tiny bit more, as you probably guessed by the fact that we're almost solved with this thing, but you do need to check out the part 2 of step 5 video, and then we will be all finished with just a little bit more. So yeah, just click or tap on that, and see you over there.